Hi everyone. How are you today? Happy Wednesday. For anyone streaming in live, I wanted to get online today and chat a little bit about my work. Um, I was having a chat with one of my coaches today, and what transpired for me was kind of laying out what I do, all of what I do, and why I do it. So I'm going to start sort of talking more and more in videos about all of that. So let's just dive in. So one of the things I do is one-to-one energy working healing sessions. And the reason I put the title, I Am Not Your Average Clairvoyant, is because when I'm talking to people about the work and I use the word psychic or clairvoyant, the first thing that pops into people's minds are crystal ball and headscarf. And somebody saying, in about 10 years, I see someone coming. That's not how I work. Okay. So I'm not the clairvoyant for you if that's the session you're looking for. How I work is I did my training. So we have to go back a bit here. I did my training many years ago at a place called the Berkeley Psychic Institute in California. And this is about 25 years ago. So way before Harry Potter, and this place was a bit like Hogwarts, way before Harry Potter, I was learning how to tap into my intuitive third eye right here and how to use that in looking at the electromagnetic field of energy which sits around the body. Psychics call it the aura. And it was in the process of doing that training that I started to ask questions of, well, this is all very well, learning how to access this intuition, which is fun. It was a fun training, but what can we do with it? And I really wanted to know how I could use this to do good in the world, sort of like a superpower. And that became my journey with learning how to use clairvoyance. So fast forward several years, I was diagnosed with cancer and made the decision to heal holistically and not have medical intervention. And the doctors had given me 6 months to live if I did nothing medically. And I chose not to follow that path. I chose not to work with doctors at all. And I chose to literally take my life in my hands. And what followed was 4 years of serendipitous, guided healing, all kinds of things, which I shall talk about in little videos here and there. And one of the things that came out for me was activating my clairvoyance again for my own healing and working with other people. So as I was going through the process of healing myself of cancer, I was working with other people in helping them fine-tune their lives, get their own health back on track, reclaim their power in their bodies, start to feel better in themselves and take charge of their lives. And so the way I use this ability in a session with people is I look at the electromagnetic field of energy, and what I will see I might see mental image pictures, I might see colors, and then my job, it's a bit like being a detective really, is to ask questions sort of up here, not necessarily out loud, and the energy field, or which is really the soul of a person, will reveal pieces of information. So I might get mental image pictures from someone's childhood, or if you subscribe to past life theory, which I do, from a previous lifetime, or you could talk about it as the lineage of the body. And that will give me information as to where someone is stuck in their space, in themselves, in their lives. And then we work on what does that person need to do using this information to heal, to make the change, to shift in themselves, in their mind, in their bodies, etc. And we formulate a plan from there. So that's kind of the bare bones of how it works. And it happens in layers. You know, when I work with someone, I'm always looking for that root cause. I'm not really interested in surface level symptoms. So again, I'm different to some other healers in that I don't tend to work on surface level symptoms. I look for the deepest point of where something is coming from and then work from that space. So we look for the root cause as much as we can, but even that will be in layers. And as we strip that away, so people start to be able to find that sense of self again, that connection, that feeling of, I just know who I am, I know where I'm going in life. And that takes time, and it's also not necessarily a quick or straightforward process. So one of the things I want to do in talking about this work is debunk some of the myths around healing. I think there is, and this is going to be very Marmite when I say this to people, I think there's a lot out there that healing being almost sort of very light, fluffy and pretty. And in my experience, and having transformed myself from a life-threatening illness nearly 20 years ago, I can say it's not been a pretty experience at all. It's been very hard work at times, and you have to be dedicated and committed. There is no magic bullet, and I don't care what other people tell you. There is no magic bullet. What I have discovered is you have to work on all levels. Your mind, your sense of self, your emotional well-being, and your physical body. And if you work on all of those levels, which is what you do if you work with me, then you are in the best place to create sustained healing. And the work I do allows people to step into a state of self-maintenance. So I've always said over the years, if I'm doing my job well, I'm almost putting myself out of business, because I'm creating that foundation. I'm holding space for someone to have that foundation where they have tools. So it's not just about me looking at you. I teach psychic tools as well, and other skills that people can use to help create that daily maintenance. So there, I'm going to finish the video there. But before I go, I've got a 6-week program I'm running called Supercharge Your Life. And I've got 2 spaces available for December. So I'm going to put information in the comments, but if you DM me the word super, I will give you more information on what we are doing. So we've got 6 sessions where we will work on different areas of your life. It can be your choice how those 6 sessions play out, or I have a format that I work with. Have a great day, and I'll see you online soon. Bye.